everybody, it's Carissa Miller and I am here today. Just wanted to talk to y'all about my little intuitive eating challenge I've been doing this week. I'm currently studying. It's officially spring break, hell to the yeah! And I'm just catching up on some assignments, preparing things so that I don't go into next week like a crazy lunatic like I usually do. Oh, first of all, I want to show you this cool shirt I got off Amazon. It's a cool cat. I really like it, so I'm happy about that. So this week I have tried intuitive eating, and let me just pull up this real definition because I keep wanting to explain it to y'all, but I don't have like a real definition. I just keep on telling you what I think it is. Pardon me. Oh, so there's principles for it too on intuitiveeating.org. Wow, how exciting. Oh, I also flipped the direction of my camera. It is portrait instead of landscape like I usually have it. So basically I'm pulling up the 10 principles. They don't have a, let me see if they have a definition, and then I'll tell you that, and then I'll go into the 10 principles, and I'll tell you what I've been following, what I have not. Okay, I'm not seeing a definition within the time that I'm trying not to waste y'all's time. Okay, so the 10 principles, the first one is reject the diet mentality. This is a huge one for me. Well, first of all, let me take a step back. I have, you know, whenever you kind of have one of those big old breaking points in your life where it makes you realize that you need to get on track with the life that you want to create and not just letting life happen to you. I'm in civil engineering school, as some of you may know, and it's just this big community where everyone, you know, doesn't sleep, you know, either eats shit food or doesn't eat at all because all they're doing is studying, and it's like all-nighters all the time. You know, if you're not doing an all-nighter, then apparently your work ethic is shit and you are not going to graduate or get anywhere with your life. And this was the mentality I had, and I'd pull all-nighters, and I go into this in my other videos, so I'm not gonna dwell on this too long, but basically it just broke me down, and I just kind of, I kept on pulling these all-nighters, and my physical body kept on telling me, Carissa, you're getting sick, Carissa, you know, just everything is all sorts of messed up, help me, help me, help me. But it wasn't until like it started getting into my mental and emotional territory that it really woke me up. And so I finally decided, okay, all right, let's go to our Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I love to talk about. It's basically just a triangle, and it talks about, you know, each level, like this is your base, this is your structure, your skeleton of what you need. So food, water, sleep, clothing, shelter, things like that. So I was like, there's so many things I need to fix in my life. Where do I start? So I decided to start at my base, and I started working on my sleep, and now I'm at the point where I no longer pull all-nighters. I have committed to that, and I'm doing better in school and in life than I ever have, even on the days that, you know, maybe I didn't study enough, or, you know, maybe I started too late. Like, you know, it's not like I'm perfect and everything's in perfect order, but because I put those hard boundaries of making sleep such a huge priority, I no longer just lose my mind the way I used to. It's like I have more of a stable baseline. And so I've been working on getting my sleep into like a good rhythm since maybe November, December of this past year, so 2018. And I'm just doing really good with that. I'm really not going to bed later than midnight too often. I'm waking up pretty much on time all the time. Like I'm getting, you know, like 6 to 8 hours of sleep. 7 is my golden number. And so I feel like I have that strong enough that I can go start working on something else. And so I was sitting there and I was like, damn, there's so many things I want to work on. What do I work on next? And I decided to work on, I want to stay in the health range. Sleep is #1 priority, and then school comes, I think, somewhere after that, and there's family and my mental health and all those kind of things. But something I want to also bring into a level above school, right under sleep, is my health. Like, what am I putting into my body? What is my relationship with food? Because it's just been, I've learned how unhealthy it is. And so I've always kind of followed this diet mentality. Let's get back to that #1 principle of reject the diet mentality. I've always been like, okay, all right, I'll start on Monday. And then, I mean, just binge and binge and binge. And then Monday happens and then I'm not perfect. I forget and I drink a soda, or I am running late, so I get chicken nuggets or something. And then it's like, oh, it's all over. And so I wait to start again until the next Monday. And then I binge, and that's put me, you know, I'm at a solid, you know, like, I weigh like 194 pounds right now, and that's not cute, you know, and I don't like to admit that, but hey, it's time to get transparent, vulnerable, and uncomfortable, and I'm getting really good at doing that, so here we are. And so I've just realized that, you know, I'm just gonna keep waiting for this next Monday, and I don't know if whenever I reach that Monday, if that's ever gonna get me anywhere. And doing this, I can't have anything good, and then I end up going and eating all of that, you know, and I shove it into my mouth because I think my, you know, deep inside subconsciously my brain's like, oh, we'll never get that again, even though, you know, I fail often with that. So it's like, it just kind of hit me, like, I don't think any diet I'm going to try, whether it be keto or Tim Ferriss's, you know, the 4-Hour Body, the slow carb diet, or being more strict of a vegetarian, or the fucking grapefruit diet, I don't know, whatever that is, I don't think a diet is going to be the solution, because I feel like there are some more deep-rooted issues, and I feel like they start in my brain, you know? And so I've just decided that I'm not on a diet. I can eat whatever I want. Right now, I am not working on any portion control or, you know, trying to stop myself from binging or anything. I'm just trying to find the trust within myself to listen to my body and say, oh, what do I want to eat? Oh, okay, I'll eat that. Okay, how hungry am I? Okay, how full am I? Because I feel like I've gotten so disconnected from my body. It's like, what I do is I'm running around all day, and so I won't eat, or I'll barely eat. And then by the time my day calms down, usually, you know, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, sometimes later, I am so hungry, and I've gone and done really great productive things all day, and I'm just tired of doing shit I don't want to do. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's eat, gosh, like, you know, all the Cinnamon Snacks from Sonic that, you know, or a cinnamon roll from Whataburger, or 2 or 3 of them, or a whole entire box of Oreo cookies, or whatever. And I just like, I think like almost I give myself a present. It's like, oh, Carissa, you went and you freaking killed your day, so you can eat whatever you want. But eating whatever I want is getting me this body that I'm not necessarily happy with anymore. And I don't want it to be strictly like, you know, materialist, or I don't want it to be strictly like, oh, I don't like the way I physically look, but let's think down the line. You know, I'm 24. Things from now on, my skin's going to get worse. It's going to be harder to lose weight. It's going to be harder to gain muscle. It's going to be harder to, you know, be physically active, be flexible if I'm not working on these things. And so I'm just like, okay, here's the time. I need to start working on this. And so basically this week I've just been like, all right, if your body wants something, let's just go eat it, okay? And that's been really hard though. Like I've had my ups and downs, but I'll get to that. Number 2 is to honor your hunger. They talk about a hunger scale. So basically this is like from 1 to 10. I think 10 is like Thanksgiving full, like I'm gonna vomit everywhere because I ate so much. And then 1 is I am starving and I'm going to die and life is horrible and like I have a headache and I'm angry and pardon me, my bad. Okay, and number 3 is to make peace with food. Specifically, it goes into call a truce, stop the food fight, give yourself unconditional permission to eat, and that you shouldn't have a particular food that you're never allowed to have. And basically what's behind that is that whenever you say, oh, I can't have cake, then your body is like, shit, I can't have cake. And then you're thinking about how bad you want that cake. And I've learned this week that if I go, oh, I can have all the cake, it's like, I can have the cake whenever. So right now, actually, I think I want to get a salad and maybe I'll get a cake later, you know? And maybe eventually you'll have that cake and maybe eventually you won't, but there's no rules on it, so it's okay, you know? Number 4 is challenge the food police. So basically it just gets rid of the idea of good and bad food, that there's no such thing as either. Respect your fullness. So whenever you need to start, or you need to, eventually you'll build up the observation skills to notice when you are actually full. And the next one goes into this discover the satisfaction factor. And that talks about how, you know, like a lot of people talk, they just eat to sustain their human, and so they don't eat for taste. And then other people, yeah, so let's go with that. And so they'll talk about how, you know, I just eat kale even though I hate it because it's good for me. But as humans, we take pleasure, we get pleasure out of, you know, sleeping, out of, you know, adult things. And also out of our food. So let's actually, when we're eating, enjoy it and actually savor that moment and make it a moment instead of just, you know, driving while you're eating or just shoving food in your face all the time, you know. Number 7, honor your feelings without using food. That's something I need to work on. Number 8 is respect your body. So basically, like, I'm never going to have that, like, model skinny look to me. I just am always going to have thick thighs and a thicker booty, and I've never had a skinny arm in my life, and that'd be really cool if I could reach that, but I'm going to respect my body. If she doesn't have a skinny arm, I guess that's okay, and I'm going to have to accept that. And then number 9 is you exercise for enjoyment or for enjoyment rather than just to abuse yourself and to lose weight and to punish your body. And then number 10 is to honor your health. It's called it says gentle nutrition. Make food choices that honor your health and taste buds while making you feel well. So those are the 10 principles of intuitive eating. And Monday and Tuesday and I think Wednesday were great. Like, I was like, but beginnings are always super easy for me. I'm the best beginner of all time. And then the middle and the end is just a shit show. My hair is just crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing to y'all. I'm apologizing to my hair. But, yeah, it was really good. And I was like, okay. Like, for example, I was planning on getting a spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A and a root beer. I didn't want the french fries because I don't even like their french fries anymore, and so at least I admitted that to myself, which was cool. And so I got there, and I was in the drive-thru, and I looked, and then they had like a little sign for a limited time only soup, and I was like, oh, it was like a chicken tortilla soup, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so freaking good. And so I ended up getting that. I got a soup and a salad, and I didn't even get the soda. I just got a water. And so it's like because I think if I was like, oh, I'll start tomorrow on healthy eating, I would have got something bad. But because I took away that I guess, you know, oh, you're gonna have to eat good forever starting tomorrow, so today's your last day, make it count. I was just like, oh, okay, all right, actually I think I do want the healthier item, and it felt good. And then there was another time where, oh, and then I ate pasta for dinner, like a tortellini that I made myself, not like homemade, but like put it in the boiling water and then took it out. And so usually I would say, oh, that's unhealthy food, but I was like, well, I ate at home and it was free and there was no guilt to it. And I've learned that whenever you take the punishment away, it creates so much space. And within that space, I have learned with the space that I was given, or that I gave myself, that the space that I gave myself, that it like helped me like kind of do the bird's eye view of the situation. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, maybe I want to eat this because it's gonna probably taste good and because it's going to be healthy. Or, you know, it took a lot of the guilt and shame and punishment out of it, and I really, really enjoyed that. All this time I have been posting on my my Pole account. I do Pole Fitness, and so I have quite a bit of followers on there. It's Chloe Winters. If you want to see, it's KHLOEE Winters, WINTERS. So I was posting all my food on there, and just like as a food diary, not like actually writing, but taking pictures of them and posting on my story. And which I think is great, but it did, by the time Thursday came around, my little nephew was over, and so he had donuts, and I ended up eating like a lot of those, and it was my day of my midterm, and I was super stressed out, and I woke up late because my phone died while I was sleeping, and then my phone was dead like most of the day, so I ended up not being able, I avoided taking the pictures of all the donuts in the morning because I was embarrassed about it. And then my phone was dead most of the day, so every time that I ate, my phone was dead, so I didn't post it, and I ended up eating like shit. I wanted to eat healthy, but the group that we were with, they ended up wanting to go to this Ellis County barbecue place, and by the time I ordered my food, I was so freaking hungry because we were just waiting there forever that I got like okra and a load of baked potato and turkey, but it wasn't fried or anything, so that was fine. And I mean, like, I ate it all, and I usually don't even finish all my food. And so I was just like, oh my goodness, girl. And so I was just embarrassed, and then I was like, oh, well, I missed a day, and blah, 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 doing my perfectionism thing that I like to do, where, oh, if it's not perfect, then I'm not going to do it at all. And so I was just like, whatever. And so Friday happened, and I really don't even know what I ate yesterday. I think I had a banana nut bread from Starbucks and some unsweet green tea. And then I don't know if I ate lunch. I can't recall. And then for dinner, I went out with friends, and me and a guy split some chicken tenders, and then I got home, and then Dad had some pizza here, so I ate it. And so, like, these aren't good, and I need to take the good and the bad out, but like that was really heavy carbs, not a lot of vegetables, and, you know, not a lot of lean proteins, and it kind of just, it makes me realize that I haven't been treating my body with love, and I've just kind of been using it as a garbage disposal, and that kind of makes me sad. And I want to give my body more loving foods because it deserves it, and I want to start treating myself better, and I want to look at my body and be proud of what I have done. And so this intuitive eating thing, I feel like it could be looked at as an excuse to just go eat whatever you want whenever you want. And that has not been at all what it's been for me. It's been a very eye-opening experience, and it has created room to actually sit and watch my habits instead of just continually judge my habits. And of course, I had a moment there where I was judging my habits and going back to old thinking, but I'm just glad that I've the tools that have given me the ability to sit and take a step back and go, oh, we can try again tomorrow. So today I've made a lot better of choices. I woke better, you know what I mean? But I feel like I put food in my body that would fuel me and not drag me down. So I made scrambled eggs and turkey bacon, and I put avocado in there, and I put a little cheese because cheese is life. And then I haven't had lunch yet, and it's 3:36, and I really, really, really need to eat before I go eat everything. So I'm going to do that after I make this video. But so what was really bad between my Thursday and my Friday, I went and I got those oatmeal cream pies, and I ate like a whole box of them in a 24-hour span, and they weren't even that good whenever I ate them. And that's something else I feel like I'm learning, is that these sodas, these bad foods I'm putting in my system, they don't even taste that good whenever you sit and really think about it. But it's like, it's almost like I'm fueling this mental addiction to it where, you know, say I'm thinking, oh, shit, I want some fucking Oreos. And then I'm driving, you know, I'm thinking about Oreos all day, and I'm like, no, you should eat them, no. And then I finally get to the store, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get my Oreos. So I go in, and I get my Oreos, and I put them in the car, and I don't even know if they'll make it home, you know. But let's say I make it home, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I turn the TV on, and I'm like, okay, I had a long day, I'm not gonna clean up, I'm not gonna take care of any of the extra things that I could take care of that would make my day better tomorrow. I'm just going to go mindless. So I turn on the TV, I turn on Netflix, I'm watching my show, I'm probably texting on my phone, and then I'm eating these Oreos, and the first one I taste and it's good, or maybe it's not even good, but I just keep on eating, and it's like I glaze over. It's like I wanted those cookies so bad, but while I'm eating them, I'm not even enjoying them. I just like glaze over. I'm not watching the TV, I'm not texting, I'm not looking at my phone with my full attention, and then I'm not eating these cookies with full attention, and then by the time I come back, don't know what's happening in the show, semi-focused on my phone, and then 2 rows of Oreos are gone, and I didn't even enjoy any of this process whenever I could have maybe had less Oreos, no Oreos, made a better dinner, cleaned up a little bit, done some things, and then maybe watched a show and put my phone in my bathroom. Like, I'm just really, it's just this, like, I just can't emphasize enough how much this intuitive eating has created space. And I feel like that is a huge key. It just, whenever you take all this drama, this punishment, this guilt and shame and self-hate out of the equation, like there's just like, there literally is so much room to sit and watch really what's going on. And which is just really good, and I do foresee myself to continue doing this, and just to put the diet mindset behind me. And I'm just trying to look at myself as I am a living, breathing, multifaceted organism, and I don't think just eating, I'm being dramatic, but just eating kale and steamed kale and chicken and running and only, doing horrible workouts all the time is going to get me to where I want to go. I think it has a lot to do with, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. I think it has a lot more to do of, like, what am I thinking? What am I consuming? Am I going outside for walks? Am I getting sun? Am I taking care of myself inside and out? Like, I think that there's so much more to this than meets the eye. And I've been rambling for 25 minutes now, and I don't know if any of this makes sense, but I hope it does. If it does, please let me know. If it doesn't, ask your questions so that I can learn how to better communicate my thoughts, feelings, and opinions. So yeah, I'm going to go back to studying, or actually I'm going to eat apples with peanut butter because that sounds freaking lit right now. But I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all soon.